What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Barbell Brigade Talk Show. I'm with Silent Mike and someone you rarely see in front of the camera because he's always behind the camera, behind all of our beautiful photos and videos, Justin. And today's talk show is, we got a comment that says, I don't make any progress. Help me. What should they do?
Probably just quit.
Oh, good idea.
True.
Right?
I've thought about it.
Yeah. Have you? Have you stalled with your progress that bad that you were just like, fuck it, I'm over this?
Kind of.
Really?
When's the longest you've had like a plateau for that you're like, oh, am I gonna get stronger past this?
My whole life.
No,
What?
bro, you're smashing.
No, I mean, I recently started training maybe like a year ago or something like that.
Yeah.
But before that, it's like, you're always trying to max out and all that stuff. I didn't have like a consistent program.
Yeah.
So it was like, there's no progress after that.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I'm starting to see, you know, with the consistency, starting to see all that.
Is it more fun, or do you think it's, you know what I mean? I always wonder, like, do people like working out, or do they like getting good?
I think there's multiple different types of people, and I think there's people that like both.
Yeah, because I don't know if I like either. You know what I feel?
You're weird. Then why do you even do it?
I don't know, bro. I wake up every day like that.
I think you need to spend more time at the therapist's office.
Bro, I've done that for 34 years.
Then get two therapists.
That's what we need. Double up. What I fear is getting good and then losing it. And that's why I work out.
I can really
Does that
relate
make
to that.
sense?
Okay, so I could really relate to that.
I can throw more analogies in a second.
Yeah, no, because I could really relate to that because I think, you know, I grew up, I would say probably like muscle broke. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Like if muscle.
I grew up jacked, bro. I popped out my mama looking like this.
I know you did, but you know, like let's say muscle if muscle was a currency, right?
Oh.
I went into high school at 90 pounds.
Yeah.
And then so I invested my way to having being maybe a muscular thousandaire or millionaire or whatever, right?
You have good genetics, but you didn't know you didn't flick them things on. Now you flicked it on for a decade. Now you're like, oh shit.
And then so when I finally got to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm pretty happy with this physique. I think I was probably like maybe like 180 or something like that. Because it took me so hard to get there, and also knowing where I came from, I didn't want to be broke again. So literally, like anytime I'm on vacation, I'm training.
Yeah.
If like I could, like I don't give a fuck if, like when I was in college and my junior and senior year, the classes were really hard. Even if I pulled an all-nighter to study, the next day, most people just go home and crash. I would still go to the gym and just train because I was just so fucking traumatized that I'd be like, I'm gonna fucking lose it all.
We're going to the streets again.
Yeah.
You're like a meathead Tupac, bro.
Yeah, until one quarter, I was like, I really can't train, and I think I stopped training for 30 days. And I was like, oh fuck. I'm like, there goes all the gains. I go back into the gym and I hit 225 for 12.
What's the longest you gone without training?
30 days in college.
Damn.
And then I hit 225 for 12, and I was like, oh wait, it doesn't go away as fast as I thought.
I'm like that with everything, dude. Like video games, I like to sink into one game and get good, and then I don't like to hop around. Like I want to keep my chops up. And then if I'm done with something, I'm actually done. Like I can go play pickup basketball right now and be pretty good, but like I'm 10% of what I used to be, and I'm not gonna go play basketball and like be okay.
So you would never just join a league just to play with for fun with the boys?
If I did, then I'm getting up shots every single day in between.
Really? So like, let's say we start living in the same city.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey Mike, just for cardio, let's start joining a league and we'll play twice a week.
I would get a hoop and I'd get shots up every morning.
Wow.
So we did, dude, this is almost embarrassing. Now you guys are calling me out.
Dude, you're like white mamba.
I'm a little mamba. So I told you about the loner stuff. Like I'm sociable more than they portrayed Kobe in that thing, even though I think Kobe was more charismatic than they portrayed him. They portrayed him like so awkwardly quiet. I think he was a loner, but I don't think he was like that. I think he was very charismatic. And again, I never met the dude. What do I know? I just seen a bunch of clips. I've always been like charismatic, but I've always ran with that lone wolf shit. And I've always been about the team, a little bit different than Kobe's play style, but that's just play style. I quit really playing basketball, I think I was 22 or 23. And I quit coaching when I was 23, 24. And I was playing some pro-am stuff at the time. So these are like NBA guys that like ripped an ACL and they're kind of into rehab, or they're pro-European cats, or they're playing Japan or whatever. And I was mid-level there. I wasn't bottom, but I wasn't one of the top guys. These are little pros. And I was powerlifting at the time, so I was still flipping my energy, you know, doing both. Quit full year 24. I'm like, all right, I'm probably just done. I'm gonna get after this powerlifting thing. I did like 2 meets already. I'm like, I'm gonna try to be. And at that time, I was like, I think I was top 15 in the world that year. Powerlifting was much smaller and weaker at the time, but I was like a top 15, maybe even top 10, like squat for 198s that year. It's like, all right, let's chase this down. Let's see where we head. The alumni game from my high school comes around the next year, and I had coached at my high school, so I knew all these kids.
Oh shit!
A month out. I'm like, Christmas time, alumni game. I'm in my mom's backyard, just getting jumpers back, working on my moves to get back in shape just for an alumni game, dude. A month workout every single day. Just, and I obviously didn't get back to my prime in a month, but just enough so I could chop up.
Man, you're pretty
I hate sucking. I just hate sucking. I don't even hate losing. I hate sucking. Because isn't it Kobe again? Somebody says like I hate losing way more than I like winning. And I think a lot of champions are like that. They fear losing, and I do fear it, but I just hate sucking.
I do hate going backwards.
Yeah, hate.
So like, even when we're doing like the whole marathon training stuff, like I hired an actual marathon coach because I want to do things right. Yeah. And then she was like, so for recovery, you're gonna need to stop squatting. And I was like, that is not gonna happen. So I kept squatting like 2-3 times like a week all the way through. And even though it's just like 315, but I still had to do it because the last thing I wanted to do was like get good at running. And then now I have to start back at the drawing board at something else. Like I kind of like, like those equalizer boards on fucking in a studio? I always wanna be like, here's all 10 levels. Even if all 10 levels move an inch, that makes me happier than like one level is here and then these ones are just down here. And then I think most of the time it's like this, like, oh, I'm really good at this and then now this sucks ass.
So in that reference, I'm not like that. I don't mind if I suck. Like my cardio is so bad right now, I don't mind. But it's the things that I've put real time in, I don't ever want to go backwards. So I don't mind if my EQ is off, that bass thumping, you guys can't hear the vocals, I don't really mind. Because we got some music guys out here.
Yeah.
I don't really mind that. It's not gonna sound the prettiest, but I just don't want to do this, and I don't want to even them out.
Oh.
The only even it out is like within the bases. Squat can go away a little bit to get more jacked, right? But they're in the same world.
Yeah.
But my squat can't.
It's still your fitness world.
My squat can't go away to fucking get a marathon. Fuck that noise.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of line up with you a little bit. I feel like for me, I'm more of like the jack of all trades kind of thing, and I want to be able to like hang with everybody, where it's not like in a competitive aspect. It's more of like I just want to be there and be able to like people are like, oh snap, like you can do that or you can do this and you can do that, like.
But you're not even a jack of all trades, bro. They don't know because you're behind the cam. Like you're really fucking good at a lot of things.
A lot of things.
You're not okay at a lot. Jack of all trades to me, and I guess it doesn't have to be, but jack of all trades to me is like, oh, I'm a jack of all trades. We go play golf, I can hang. We go play soccer, I can hang. The things that you have in your mitts you're really good at. You're an expert in like a chunk.
This fool could surf a bicycle.
No, he's a beast. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
No, he's
dude.
crazy.
Yeah, dude.
He's like, the first time, it was one of the first times I met him, not first time, but a little bit. He's like, oh, you drum? I was like, I drum. And then I'm just like fucking around with some stick knee grabs. He's like, I was like, oh no, you drum, bro. I just fuck around. Like, we're not the same. Same with my bike. I rode my bike to the gym. Yeah, I think he surfed my bike. I barely ride that thing one hand. I ride it one handed. I'm like, oh, I'm going to the X Games. And this fool's like,
yeah.
He fucking Tony Hawk my shit.
I get what you're saying. Like, I think for me, I want to be in the conversation,
right?
So I feel like let's say, like whatever that benchmark is that gets you in the conversation. I think for me, I have to get at least that good before I feel like I can back off of something.
Do you feel that with everything though? Like a marathon? Like what's a marathon conversation? Like under 6?
No, I think for marathon.
You know what I mean?
I think for the marathon, it was just even running it.
Yeah, just because it's so far out from
that was like, because there's probably a lot more people that have just never ran one that has ran one, right?
Yeah, so
I'm like,
you're
okay,
already in it.
So that's like in it. And then like...
Because I'm the opposite. I'll choose like a couple things, and I'm not even that good at it.
You want to crush at those.
Dude, I want to be the guy.
Well, that's like, for me, benching 225.
Which is strong, as we found out.
Like, at least I can have that conversation now.
No, for sure. Yeah, for
sure.
Or
deadlifting 400.
Yeah, that's a real deal. That's a real deal, Holyfield.
But yeah, well, it's like being here for what, like 5-6 years with you guys. I didn't really train, like I was just kind of like behind the scenes, whatever. I wasn't really into like training like that. I did some pull-ups, whatever, push-ups. But now like I want to have that conversation with you guys. So I feel like I want to do the 225s or 405s. And
you don't want to be training and then everyone's like, the photographer's here, take all the weights off.
Exactly. So
that's funny.
I was like, I gotta, you know.
This is like just even this group though is kind of special, and not to like exclude everyone out there and like gatekeep and shit. Where like, we can all talk the same language because we do all the same shit. You know, the bars, and the homies. But there's a lot of like powerlifters that still can't talk how we talk. Because of how we get along, personality-wise. Even you fit in better than most powerlifters because like I think me and Bart get along through music and movies and jokes way more than we get along through deadlifts. I met way more people that deadlift that ain't my friend than people that deadlift that are my friend. You know what I mean? And so you fit in more in that way to have, in terms of saying like I want to be at the table with the conversation.
Yeah.
There's just so much more to it.
But also I think it's core character traits transcend the like niche you're in, right?
And him has that without lifting, and me and you maybe built that through lifting.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the difference. Like you already got the powerlifter shit kind of in you.
Yeah.
And you just don't powerlift. Where like me and you kind of, we didn't build our personality around a powerlifting, but like kind of our discipline, building a schedule, kind of the stuff we were talking about off air is all built through the gym. And you already kind of had that. You're like kind of an entrepreneur already. You have a bunch of skills that you apply in different areas already.
Yeah,
that's why you're at the table.
Because someone
already.
I might relate to that's a powerlifter, I'm like, oh, he's an elite powerlifter. I'm like, oh, that's dope. You know, like I can sense like excellence.
Right.
But I've seen excellence in your photography, in your drumming, in whatever.
Yeah.
So for me, it's already me going like, oh yeah, he's elite. He's like an elite person, and that, like, if you can get elite at something, I can see it just going across the board as long as you just apply the time to it.
Yeah, time and the random genetics.
Yeah.
Swear. But you're strong too. Watch 500-pound deadlift coming.
Coming soon.